Welcome to Meeple Mentor. I'm Jared, and we are about to play Chai. Let's take a look. I'll show you how. Feel free to pause the video as needed to follow along with your copy of the game. My goal is this video can not only teach you to play, but can be shown at the game table to help set up and teach the game at your next game session. As part of that goal, I've added chapter timestamps in the description to the different sections of the tutorial to easily recap relevant rules for you. Also, my copy of the game uses the deluxe upgraded components, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell below the video so you don't miss any of my latest content. Chai is a fantastic tea-making game where players get to become tea merchants, combining flavors to make the perfect blends. Collect ingredients in a variety of ways to fulfill the customer's orders found on cards. It has some unique gameplay mechanisms here, like the market of tiles that can slide around as you take groups of the same flavors. Each player will also get a tea specialization to focus on, such as rooibos, green, oolong, black, or white tea. At the end of the game, whoever has the most money and points from completed orders will win, becoming the best tea merchant. Let's see how to set up the game. First off, the deluxe version of Chai comes with a playmat you can use. Without that, there's several places to set up the different game areas on the table. First, put all 72 flavor tiles in the draw bag. Place the market board in the middle of the table. Start drawing out tiles one at a time to fill each row of the market board from left to right, top to bottom. Place the pantry board next to the market board with one type of each pantry token on it. There's honey, milk, sugar, vanilla, and chai spices. The extra tokens of these should go in the pantry bag beside it. Shuffle the 8 ability cards and place the deck face down above the market board. Draw 3 out face up to create the available ability cards display. Above that, place the teacups out in a row equal to the number of players. Shuffle the 6 tip tokens and place one face down in front of each teacup. Put any extras aside without revealing them. Put the thermometer tile on the table next to the teacups. Put the round tracker clip on it set to 0 degrees Celsius. Each player should select a tea house matching their tea color type: green, black, rooibos, oolong, or white. Take 6 base tea tokens in your color and put them beside or on the tea sack in your tea house. Any unused tea houses and tea tokens can return to the box. Give everyone the 8 customer cards that match their tea color. From these 8, shuffle and take one random one to your hand and put it face up beside your tea house. Each player draws a second card of theirs to put in the middle of the playing area, creating the starting customer pool. This can go below the market board. Take all the remaining 6 customer cards of each player and shuffle them together to make a customer deck. From the shuffled deck, reveal 2 more customer cards to the pool. Keep the deck next to the customer pool. Give players a player aid card if they want for quick reference during the game. The player who most recently drank tea will be the start player, taking 1 copper coin as a bonus. All other players get a silver coin. Put the rest of the coins onto the money pouch board. With that, you're set up and ready to play. A game of Chai is played over 5 rounds, tracked by the thermometer. A full round is complete when all the teacups are filled with one order. Players will take turns one after the other going clockwise, taking one of 3 actions each turn. At the end of a full round, meaning all the teacups are filled and the last tip token is flipped over, advance the round tracker clip on the thermometer. Take a break and sip some tea. I'll point out that the thermometer has a Celsius side and Fahrenheit. You can use whichever you want, as long as you move the tracker up at the end of each round to the next numbered tick. The next round begins by first shuffling all the tip tokens and putting a new one face down in front of each empty cup. Then remove the first column of flavor tiles in the market and draw a new one from the bag to put at the end of each row. Then put the first 3 back in the bag. The next player clockwise will get the next turn and get to draw a new ability card from the deck and replace one of the 3 in play. They could just put it on top of one of them. Whenever the bag of flavor tiles empties, refill it with all the flavor tiles among all the teacups. Same with the pantry tokens and the pantry bag. Leave the player's tea tokens in the cups. On your turn, you could either visit the market, visit the pantry, or reserve a customer and use an ability. After doing an action, you may always optionally fulfill one order. Fulfilling an order means to spend the required ingredients on a customer card in the pool or in your tea house. The ingredients fill one teacup each time an order is fulfilled. At the end of the game, players score points shown on all the customer orders they've completed and for any money remaining they've earned. The gold is 3, silver is 2, and copper is 1. If you run out of a denomination, you can just make change. There are 6 kinds of flavors or ingredients to collect and use to complete orders. They are color-coded and also have pictures of what they are on them. There's mint, jasmine, lemon, ginger, berries, and lavender. In the deluxe version of the game, there's also a wild tile that can be used for any flavor. Some customers require special pantry items as well. There's milk, honey, vanilla, chai spices, and sugar. The deluxe game comes with a wild pantry token you could get that can be used for any one of these. Each player's tea house can hold at most 12 flavor tiles, so you must discard down to 12 if you gain more than that. Likewise, the tea house can hold at most 6 pantry items. If gaining more than that, they must immediately discard down. Anything to be discarded should be placed in a teacup. While players start with one unfulfilled customer order next to their tea house, they can gain more, but only up to 3. They'll need to be fulfilled before any more could be reserved. You are allowed to draw a 4th customer order, but must then discard one. Let's look at the 3 actions possible in the game and then how to fulfill an order. In order to gain the tea flavor tiles needed to fulfill orders, you'll need to take the action Visit the Market. Visiting the market lets you buy tea flavor tiles. When stating that's the action you're doing, you first gain a value 3 coin. The money is earned as a representation of money earned during the day selling tea to merchants. You must spend at least 1 coin on the market board, but there's no limit to how many tiles you can buy on your turn. You can choose to buy any flavor tile you want in the market. When paying for a flavor tile, you also gain any tiles of the same type touching it orthogonally, not diagonally. When purchasing a group of tiles like this, you pay the cost for the most expensive one. So if all 3 in the first column are the same type, you can get them all for 1 coin. But if there's one in the second column connected to it, you must pay 2 coins instead. You can't choose to take less than the full connected group. After paying and taking the tiles to your tea house, slide all the tiles to the left in the market to fill the empty space. Then you can keep buying flavor tiles with how the arrangement currently looks. You can keep purchasing flavor tiles until you want to stop or run out of money. Remember that if you take more tiles than you can hold on your tea house, you must discard down. The discarded tiles go to the teacup. At the end of the turn, refill the market board from the bag while the next player starts their turn. Place tiles one at a time, starting in the top row, left to right. If the bag is empty, remove all the flavor tiles in teacups and refill the bag before redrawing. On your turn, you could instead choose to visit the pantry, which lets you take pantry items you may need for some customers' orders. To take the action, choose any 3 that are on the pantry board and put them on your tea house. You may also choose to draw tokens blindly from the bag. You can draw from the bag and board in combination to gain up to 3. If you don't like the choices on the pantry board, you may choose to spend a copper coin to reset it once before you start taking items. The current tokens are placed in the bag before drawing 5 new ones. Remember that if you end up with more than 6 pantry tokens, you must discard down to 6 immediately. After the player's turn, all the empty spaces are refilled by drawing tokens out of the bag. The last main action possible is to reserve a customer card and use an ability on one of the face-up ability cards. You must do both. The player can reserve any one of the face-up customer order cards in the pool or draw blindly off the top of the deck. When taking one from the pool, immediately refill the space with a new card off the top of the deck. Reserved cards are kept next to your tea house, but you can only keep 3 at a time. Discarded cards go to the bottom of the deck. After reserving a customer order, the player can use one of the 3 face-up ability cards. Using them doesn't get rid of them. Here's a look at what each of the abilities do. This one lets you make a free purchase of a type of flavor in the market of 1 copper or 2 silver cost. This lets you sell a flavor tile for a silver coin. This ability card is unique because as soon as it comes out, you'll draw 3 flavor tiles from the bag to put on it. Triggering the card ability lets you swap any of your collected tiles with one sitting on the card. This ability gives you a gold coin tip if you complete an order this turn. This ability lets you choose a flavor tile type in the market and reset it off the board, refilling the board after from the bag. Remove all the flavor tiles of that type in the market and put it into any teacup. This ability lets the player fulfill a customer order this turn with 1 less pantry item. This ability lets you swap up to 2 pantry items in your tea house with 2 items from the pantry board. This last one lets you simply take 1 pantry item from the board for free. Refill it afterwards. At the end of your turn, you can fulfill at most 1 order. It can be one you've reserved next to your tea house or one straight from the face-up pool. Each customer card is tied to one of the player's colors and requires one of those tea tokens to fulfill it. You'll have your own color tea tokens available, but if you need someone else's to fulfill the card, you must pay them 1 copper coin to take one of their tokens. They can't refuse the sale. The ingredients shown on the card must be spent from your tea house in addition to the tea token of the color and type of the customer order. A tea token of the card color is required. If you can't pay someone to use their tea token, you can't fulfill the order that turn. Place all of this in a teacup that still has a face-down tip token in front of it. Flip the tip token face up and collect the money shown from the money pouch board. If completing a customer order from the display, draw a new card to refill the spot. Flip the fulfilled customer order face down and collect beside the player's tea house. This ends their turn. Anytime there are no more tea tokens of a particular color, unfulfilled customer order cards in the pool or reserved by tea houses are immediately removed from the game. Each round goes until the last tip token is taken. The number of teacups and tip tokens for a single round equals the number of players in the game. After all 5 rounds have been completed, the game will end. Check the tracker on the thermometer. Once it reaches the top, you're in the final 5th round, so after the last tip token is taken, the end of the game is triggered. Let players continue to take a turn until everyone has had equal turns in the game. So if the player with the first player token fulfilled the final customer order, every other player gets a turn. However, if the player directly right of the start player ended it, no one else gets a turn. In the final turns, players can still fulfill an order but won't be able to take a tip token. To count up the score, add up points shown on all the fulfilled customer orders you have, plus any remaining money. There's no penalty for incomplete customer orders reserved. No points are given for leftover ingredients. In a 3 to 5 player game, you can award the Diversity Award. Each player counts the number of different base tea colors in their fulfilled orders and adds that to their total score. Whoever has the most victory points wins the game as the best tea merchant. If there's a tie, whoever has the fewest fulfilled customer orders wins. If still tied, whoever has the most money wins. Otherwise, they share the victory. Chai comes with a few different ways to play, including cooperative and solo. Let's take a look at some of the options now. The first is the organic variant. This is the simplest way to play the game, best recommended with children. Simply don't play with the ability cards. You will still be able to reserve cards. With the connoisseur variant, the customer order cards you reserve will be in your hand instead of face up next to your tea house. All your reserved cards will be face down, including the starting one. Lose 1 point at the end of the game for each unfulfilled card in your hand. Additionally, whoever has the most tea tokens of their own color in each teacup earns a bonus point at the end of the game. 1 point per teacup, you won the majority. The co-op variant has you face off against a chaiwala. He's a tea professional who prepares and serves delicious tea. Set up a tea house for the chaiwala as you would for a player, but without the need to give him any reserve cards. When fulfilling orders in a co-op game, you do not need to pay a copper coin to use others' tea tokens. The chaiwala acts as an AI player, getting a turn after the human players. On his turn, he fulfills the customer order in the display with the highest point value, and regardless of color. The chaiwala doesn't pay anything to do this. He'll flip over the leftmost tip token and collects whatever money was on it when he fulfills an order. use the T tokens like normal to fulfill the orders, but you don't gain a coin if he uses yours. If the Chaiwala player is the first to act in a new round, the new ability card will cover up the furthest left ability in the display. He gets points for fulfilled orders and money collected from tips. No diversity award is given in co-op mode. To beat the Chaiwala, the sum of all player scores must beat the Chaiwalas. You could play against the Chaiwala solo, but it would be very difficult to win. If playing this mode solo, the only difference is that he fulfills the lowest value customer card on his turn. In the included solo mode of Chai, you'll set up as if for a two-player game, setting up another color's cards and T tokens like normal. The customer deck, pool, teacups, and tip tokens are all set up as if for a two-player game. The other color's T tokens can sit to the side of your tea house. Start with a gold coin from the supply. The solo game lasts 10 turns. After each turn, move the round tracker up one step. If you fulfill a customer order for the other color, you must pay a coin to the supply as part of the cost. If both tips are taken, replace one ability card on the table as if it was the end of the round. Then, of course, replace the tip tokens like you would. After 10 turns, the game is over. Compare your score to the scoreboard in the rules on page 6 to see how you did. Scoring 39 or less, you are a tea master. 40 to 49, you're an apprentice. 50 to 59, you are a master. 60 or higher, you are a sommelier. The deluxe copy of Chai comes with a new solo mode that uses 2 dice. Set up again like a two-player game, but no player starts with a card reserved. Both colors' customer cards get shuffled together completely before creating the pool. Draw 4 cards out for the pool. Both players start with 1 silver coin, and the human player goes first. The game plays over 5 rounds like normal. On the AI's turn, roll both solo dice and perform the actions on both dice in any order. If the die shows a wild flavor tile or pantry token, take one random one from the bag and put it on the AI's tea house. If the AI player would take more than it can hold, it stops drawing them. All flavor and pantry items collected by the AI are considered wild and can be used to fulfill any customer order. When rolling a coin result on a die, give the AI player the money shown. When a checkmark result is rolled, the AI player fulfills the lowest scoring customer card in the customer pool without paying any ingredients. If both dice rolled the checkmark, the AI still only fulfills 1 card. When there are ties for lowest scoring cards in the pool, it prefers to fulfill its own color first. T tokens are still required and used to fulfill customer cards. If needing to use the human player's T token, the AI gives 1 coin to the human player. If it can't pay, it can't complete that card. T tokens are placed in the teacup furthest left in the row of teacups, regardless of if a tip token is available or not. No ingredients are put in teacups, and the AI won't gain a tip token. Once both dice results are completed, the AI will try to spend ingredients and pantry tokens to fulfill any customer card. These are put into a teacup, the leftmost one with a tip token, and gaining the result of the tip. If it could complete multiple cards, it pays for the one with the highest value card regardless of customer color. Then if tied, it prefers the human player's color, paying you 1 coin. If it can't, look towards the next customer card it could complete. At the end of a round where the AI player is the next to act, it replaces the furthest left ability card from the ability deck. After 5 rounds, count the scores like normal. The AI gets points for fulfilled customer cards and money collected. Whoever has the highest score wins. Keep the rulebook handy and check BoardGameGeek.com for FAQs and extra content. The Meeple Mentor channel is now part of the board game community, the Gateway Network, made up of great upcoming board game content creators. The network includes Instagrammers, podcasters, YouTubers, artists, and more. Head to thegatewaynetwork.com to support new and independent board gamers. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Like and subscribe if you found this teaching helpful. Stick around to watch another Learn to Play video. And remember, teach when you can, but always be learning. See you next time.